Hey guys, welcome to Now. I'm Adam Kovic.
And I'm James Willems.
And we're talking about some Halo 5 sales numbers, yeah?
Is it literally the best-selling game for some specific criteria of all time?
Well, according to Microsoft, maybe. Yeah, so the rumors of Master Chief's death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, all you really have to do is beat the legendary ending to see that Chief is still alive. Actually, that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to spoil it.
Anyway,
You just did!
No!
Does the secret ending say that Halo 5 Guardians is the best-selling Halo ever?
As we said earlier, it's fuzzy.
Microsoft posted their self-congratulatory announcement on Xbox Wire this morning, proudly saying that, quote, Halo 5 Guardians has made history as the biggest Halo launch and fastest-selling Xbox One exclusive to date.
Congratulations, Master Chief. You can pick up your robot pants over here. They are gold-plated and they are beautiful.
He doesn't need better pants. He's already got nice robot pants.
Gold would be heavier than whatever.
I'm pretty sure gold would be lighter than whatever titanium armor plating that he's wearing.
No, because it's technology advanced, so that means it's lighter.
So actually, we probably shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, Microsoft had to do some inventive shifting to make that claim, saying that the 400 million in global sales for Halo 5 came from games and from hardware. Potentially that means that the $500 Halo 5 Xbox bundles are wrapped into that dollar amount, which tacks on a significant amount of revenue to the till that's not directly tied to a $60 game release.
Boom.
Yeah, so this is kind of like when Wii Sports is like the best-selling game of all time, except that it was just thrown in with a Wii, right? Something like that.
It means people are buying Xbox Ones, which I guess is good since you kind of need one to play the game. Thoughts?
Good one.
Microsoft also gave themselves a few more trophies for Halo 5, including the highest attach rate for a first-party Microsoft title, most played game on Xbox One, most played game on Xbox Live, and best-selling digital opening weekend in the Xbox Store. This all seems really broad and really narrow at the same time.
Somewhat specific.
Highest attach rate.
What the kids are doing these days is instead of keychains, they tie entire Xbox Ones around their belt loops, and then they walk around school with them.
I think it's safe to say that Halo 5 will be guaranteed to be the best-selling game with a Master Chief and a Spartan lock in it this year. And
What if I told you there's even one more pat on the back that Microsoft gave themselves?
I wouldn't be surprised.
They also earned a Guinness World Record for their launch event, Halo 5 Live, which they should have just called Halo Flive. With 330,000 unique streams the evening of the show. Specifically, the record is for most watched video game launch broadcast, which
Right.
again is just words. You just cram more words at the beginning of it, and then it gets specific,
Regardless-
and then sure I did.
Look, that was a giant fuck you to Elijah Wood anyway, who ironically hosted the Xbox 360 launch event many years ago when we thought that thing was going to be cool.
Congratulations, you just won the Guinness World Record for most times referencing an Elijah Wood. Get him a plaque, guys.
You did it!
There you go.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I would like to thank.
The question is, why is Microsoft being so coy about releasing actual sales numbers? Typically, we expect a hard number, like it sold 8 million, and that's great. The easy jump to conclusion answer is that Halo 5 didn't actually sell all that well, so they had to kind of cajole all of the numbers to invent a new record to break, so they could say Halo 5 is the best it's ever been. That would be really easy to say. It'd be easy for us too, because then we could just paint Microsoft as like losers in the Microsoft-Sony fight. Like it'd be really easy to go down that route, but I don't think that's what's happening here.
Yeah, to Lawrence's point, instead, it actually seems more like a large-scale shift in how games are reported and evaluated as successes. This actually makes sense. We've mentioned in the past that games are changing from products to services. It used to be that you'd plop down your $60 and that would be the end of it, right? You take your game home and then you beat it and then you get bored and you masturbate to something good, right?
Yeah, just like a red-blooded gamer.
That's what you do. And that's changing, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, games don't really report sales numbers anymore. Games like Destiny don't report units sold because it honestly doesn't really matter. What matters now is how many players you can keep playing your game and thus selling them new content. Lo and behold, Activision announced that Destiny's active player base grew from 20 to 25 million in their latest investor earnings report. Now, we can assume that Destiny has at least sold 25 million units because of that, but they're more concerned about the people who are still playing the game every day than how many units they have in the wild. And they haven't mentioned unit sales since the game came out. They've said everything else about that game, but they haven't said unit sales because to Activision, it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, that makes total sense, especially if you consider from an investor's point of view, because an investor is someone who's thinking about the long term of a company. They don't care about how many units were sold today. They want to know how many active players there are going to be 10 years from now? How much money is the company going to make in 5, 10, 15 years? That's what an investor wants to know, and that's what these numbers are trying to please.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I think this is a nice shift because it just means developers are supporting games longer. And we've been used to, for so many years, of people just being games down at shipping, like, we need a patch to fix this one thing's broken. Like, fuck it, you already bought it, we're done, moving on. So this is, for me, this is a good positive shift.
Yeah, on top of that, we all kind of realize that the lion's share of digital revenue these days comes from extra content, not actual unit sales. We saw that much with EA's recent earnings reports, with revenue from extra content more than doubling that of full game downloads.
Jesus. And granted, this is just digital. Factor in physical and retail, and the picture changes a little bit. But also, there's a lot of factors in there, you know, stocking units and having to produce units, all that stuff. Digital's, it makes sense, is why it's going that way.
Yeah, but there's even one more nail in the coffin, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, Microsoft themselves announced they'd no longer report unit sales of Xbox Ones in total. Instead, just report active monthly Xbox Live users. So even they're shifting their focus away from how many boxes do we have in the wild to how many people are actually using them on a daily basis, and thus are potentially marketable customers and potentially revenue sources in the future. This is kind of the new currency of gaming. It's not how many units you can sell, but how you can capture people's attention and keeping them using your product. And thus you have them as a wrapped audience to sell them your next product.
Boom.
Yeah, it's kind of like how it doesn't matter how many of you watch this episode of The Know, but it's how many of you subscribe to my personal James Willems newsletter. We're really looking for, we want to hit 20 subscribers by the end of the day, because right now we have 0. But the investors are really knocking down my door, and we're thinking long term here, and I want a pair of gold Master Chief pants.
Adam, back me up here. He could probably wear a solid gold suit.
Wait,
You're all so cynical. Microsoft just did a great thing. They had a fantastic
cynical.
game
I'm not being
launch,
cynical.
We're not cynical.
And you're ripping them down.
We're not
No.
ripping them down.
Because they had greatest attachment, whatever.
That's not what we're doing.
No, I'm-
listening. He was playing.
You were, yeah, you weren't listening to the whole episode. We were talking about that reaction is wrong.
Our teleprompter's broken, so you got nothing to do. That's why we got all these stupid pieces of paper, Joel.
Joel, you've basically been wrong about every single thing
Anyway.
you said today.
Anyway, Halo 5 is going to go free to play one day. Mark my words.
There's already Halo Online.
Oh, we forgot to turn on one of the lights.